What's going on, guys? I'm back here with another video. Obviously I haven't made one for a while. I have found most wrestling to be, I'll be pretty boring. Usually when I do a review I go over the top, go into detail, and it ends up being long. I'm going to try and make this as quick as possible. So jumping right to it, Miz and Wade Barrett. Decent match for the pre-show opener. Miz wins with the figure four. He's the new Intercontinental Champion. Okay, so Miz is just he's gonna be on TV, but he's not gonna do anything special. What they're gonna do with Wade Barrett, I have no fucking clue. Personally, I think he's in trouble. Not like, oh, he got in trouble backstage. I just mean in trouble of they have nothing to fucking do for him at this point. He's in the same spot as Kofi Kingston now. He really is in trouble. First match on the main card, The Shield against Sheamus, Randy Orton, and Big Show. Solid match, nothing too special, nothing you really wouldn't see on Raw, mainly. Shield gets the win after I think it was Roman Reigns who speared Randy Orton. Big Show was watching from his corner. Fuck it, no editing. Orton tagged himself in as Big Show was reaching out for the tag. He got all pissy and that stupid thing. They could have thought of a better finish than that. Show is still a heel, nobody cares. But thankfully the Shield gets a win at Wrestlemania. They get another big win. I was worried they'd lose. They really haven't gotten, they've done all this to people and nothing bad's really happened to them. So I thought this was the time where, they'd finally lose. Anyway, Mark Henry and Ryback was next. This one pissed me off. It was just a normal big man match. It wasn't anything special. It's just what you would expect. Ryback gets him up for the shell shock and just gives out. Henry falls on him, 1, 2, 3, that's it. Ryback did end up hitting the shell shock after the match. And this one's tough for me, liking both guys. Henry finally gets a WrestleMania moment. He finally gets a win, kind of like the Big Show did last year, whatever. And that's cool, he deserves it. But you've been building Ryback up for so many months now. And he's losing pay-per-view after pay-per-view. And yes, he is in high-profile matches, but he has to fucking win eventually if you want him to be something. So what they plan on doing with him now that he's lost at WrestleMania, I don't know. I guess they just figured, oh, we'll have him lose, but give him the moment. Maybe he can recover. I really doubt it, but we'll see what happens. Hell No against Dolph Ziggler and Big E Langston. This match got like 7.5 minutes. It was decent, just another match you could see on Raw. Hell No surprisingly retains after Daniel Bryan hits a flying headbutt a la Chris Benoit on Dolph Ziggler to retain. It would make you think maybe we'll see Ziggler later in the night. I'll tell you right now, we didn't. Next was Fandango and Chris Jericho. Solid match. I mean, it didn't steal the show like a lot of people were hoping it did, but Fandango looked alright. There was a little bit of, I'll say, misplacement at the end. Jericho went for a lion salt, and Fandango was too close to the rope, so it came off kind of weird. A pretty weak finish where Jericho's going for the walls, and he acts like his knee gives out, and it's a quick roll-up. I didn't do a prediction video, but I said, in like a contest, like, oh, Fandango's gonna win with the cheap roll-up. So I'm kind of happy I was right about that, not like it means anything. But, he wins in his debut. It had to be expected. Jericho does the job for a younger talent. It was a solid match. I mean, it definitely wasn't the worst match on the card. And what might have been the worst match on the card, honestly, Alberto Del Rio and Jack Swagger. You build it up. Well, first off, Swagger didn't even get a fucking entrance at WrestleMania. They go straight from the video package to him already being in the ring. That is one of the worst things that pissed me off about this event was poor time management. They had multiple video packages for Rock and John Cena, but Jack Swagger can't even get a fucking entrance. I mean, the past couple weeks you're acting like the world title match actually fucking means something, and then, yeah, hooray, it didn't go on first this time, but you still act like, oh, it's just another match. And you build it up like, oh, these two really hate each other. It's a cultural thing. It's a pride thing. It's a rise against hate kind of thing. And there was really no aggression in the match. It was just like a normal match you would see on Raw. Once again, there was really no interaction between Zeb Coulter and Ricardo. There was one little incident and Jack Swagger ended up getting the better of Del Rio, threw him back in the ring. Del Rio gets the armbar, and that's it. Another very weak finish. This match really did piss me off. Did I expect Jack Swagger to win? No, but I felt like it could have been handled a lot better than it was. The highlight of this match was Zeb Coulter's facial expression at the end of the match. You will be seeing that meme everywhere for the next couple of weeks. Next was probably the match of the night, Undertaker and CM Punk. It was just the traditional Undertaker WrestleMania match. It was solid, nothing too over the top. I did have one marked out moment where Taker hit this tombstone. It was almost like a running tombstone. He was struggling to hold on to Punk and get him in position, and he almost dropped him clean on his head. It looked good, but it was like, holy shit, that really could have gone wrong. Taker gets the win with the tombstone, 21-0. Did I expect Punk to win? No. The whole time I was sitting there, I watched the pay-per-view with Nix. The whole time I'm sitting there saying, you know, what's up? Taker's winning, Taker's winning. Especially because the match was on the middle of the card. Or, you know, not towards the middle of the card, but if it was the main event, then I would have some doubt. But again, it was a solid match. Whether or not CM Punk gets any time off, I'm not sure. I imagine he will. Taker, you know, see you next year, buddy. You know, he put on another good match. I really, like I said in my prediction video, I don't see the point of 21-0. It makes no difference to me. But I guess, you know, one thing I've heard is, oh, if you're going to make a physical Hall of Fame building, why not have the Undertaker wing for the only undefeated man in WrestleMania history. Moving on to Triple H and Brock Lesnar, no holds barred. It was probably a bit more aggressive than the SummerSlam match, but the bottom line is we have seen this match before. I had a family member who went to the event, and he was giving me updates throughout the show, and he said, you know, the crowd is probably its most quiet during this match. He said overall it was a good match, but the crowd was just quiet. And that was one thing I noticed, is talking to him on and off all night. Some things live definitely do not translate well over the TV. And this match was certainly one of them. It was good. You know, it's Triple H and Brock Lesnar. It's going to be a good match. But, I don't know, for me personally, it just didn't really do anything. Main event, John Cena and The Rock. This match did go the longest, apparently, by 1 second over Triple H and Lesnar's match. Not sure if that's official or not. It was what it was. You know, once in a lifetime, once again. It was solid, you know. A lot of finishers and a lot of finishers reversals, especially in the last 3 minutes. They didn't go for anything else other than their finishers. And it really got boring to me. Either way, John Cena wins. He's the new WWE champion, as expected. Really, that was, other than Ryback losing and Hell No going over, nothing on this card surprised me, and that's why, in my opinion, it's not the worst Mania of all time, but it's nowhere near the best. Unpredictability and poor time, predictability and poor time management really hindered this show. Just a ridiculous amount of video packages, not relating to any feuds. I mean, I get it, you're hyping shit up, but, you know, there was really, like, no pre-match interviews. It was just video package, match. Here we are, Special Olympics. We're doing this with Slim Jim, match. And it's just, everything seemed really off. And the further evidence of that is the fact that, you know, the Damien Sandow, Cody Rhodes versus Tons of Funk match got completely canceled. So overall, you know, I'm not big on giving out grades, but it's an average. It's like a C WrestleMania. At points, it felt like Mania, and at other points, it didn't. But as I said, for me, oh god, I keep fucking that up. Predictability and, you know, just poor time management really hindered the event. And you know, without rambling on too much, I know I might have a change. I'm gonna watch the event again tonight or tomorrow, and I'll probably change my mind about some things. But those are my first impressions on what WrestleMania was. I thank you guys for watching this video. Can't guarantee when I'll be back next, but, you know, we'll see what happens. So again, thank you guys, and I'm out.